AFL Preliminary Final right here, right now. One more week until the grand final. Who will be the first team to make it? My pick is the Sydney Swans to get up over Port Adelaide in this first preliminary final. Now, it is a big call going against Port Adelaide here. They have won 8 in a row against the Swans, which is a massive number for a team like the Swans that have been so good for so many years. But 8 in a row, it's going to finish in this game. And I'm taking a big punt on Sydney to get up here. Saying that though, the bookies have installed Sydney as the favourites. You can get the number between kind of 17, 18 up to 19. I've also seen one bookmaker give 22-point head start to Port Adelaide. But I think the number's going to be a lot closer. My model has it at 25 based on the season scores. But we all know in finals, games are much, much closer. I'm going to take the 1-39 winning margin for Sydney in this one. I also believe the total is going to go under 168.5. And that is purely based on the defensive efforts in a final. I don't think there's going to be a massive blowout score like we've seen last time when Port Adelaide and Sydney met in round 21, where there was a 112-point loss for the Swans against Port Adelaide. I don't see that happening in this one. I think it's going to be a lot closer. And as I said, I think Sydney are going to win. Now, there are 2 points in this game where I think Sydney have the advantage. And it's where Port will have trouble to contain the Swans. It's the running out of the back half, where Sydney were the third best team this season, creating scores from their own end. And it's also containing the small forwards of the Sydney Swans. So guys like Papley and Heaney. I don't think Port Adelaide have the defensive power and the structure to be able to contain those guys who are so dynamic in their play. So a couple of numbers. Port Adelaide gave up the 5th most rebound 50s of any team in the league during the regular season. Sydney averaged 36.5 points per game with the ball coming from their defensive half, so third best in the league. The game total in this one has gone under in 4 of the last 6. Obviously, Port Adelaide have that 8-game win streak, but 4 of the last 6 have gone under. And my player prop here is Isaac Heaney to score 2 or more goals. I think if Sydney are going to win, it will come off the back of him. He has been such an amazing player in the second half of this season for Sydney. He scored 8 goals in his past 4 games against Port Adelaide. So book him in for 2+ goals. Sydney 1-39 win margin and the total to go under.